my name is Banjo. I'm here for an awesome game called The Last of Us. I'll show you some clips and my take on this game, and enjoy. Anyways, let's start with the gist. The Last of Us takes place in the year 2033, 23 years after a global pandemic has spread and infected nearly all of the world's population, turning people into homicidal fungal-ridden zombies. Yes, zombies, seriously, but with shrooms and fungus sticking God knows where. Hopefully not in the ass. It's a big difference. Since the outbreak, the world has gone into a state of general crappiness as officials try to fix and keep the situation from getting out of hand. The United States government went under the control of the military. Cities across the nation are placed under a martial law one by one. Survivors of the pandemic are assigned to designated quarantine zones that are supposed to separate them from the infected and keep them safe. But a bang-up job so far. More importantly, the story centers around the main protagonist, Joel, a survivor living in a post-apocalyptic world that was given the task to escort a young girl named Ellie through the dangerous dystopian ruins of America to arrive in an undisclosed base of an anti-government militia calling themselves the Firefly. But seriously, you could have had a better name for that. Whose main goal is to find and produce a vaccine that can ultimately save humanity from the virus and its homicidal counterparts. Although you probably heard this before, or this plotline, The Last of Us takes a different route from this plot. Unlike other zombie apocalypse games that's stereotypical of the zombie mania, they have a lesser emphasis in the game. Instead, the story revolves around the struggle of humanity in a world that is in conflict with survival and its morality. More so, the growing father-daughter relationship between Joel and Ellie. A relationship that further develops as they travel from place to place, encountering other survivors. Some who are friendly to help them on their journey, but most of the time, they are simply there to raise some hell. As if Joel didn't have a very bad time having to babysit a bad-mouthing teenage Juno.
God damn it! Shit.
What separates it from other zombie apocalypse games is the manner on how the story is told. It was done in such a way that it will make you actually care about the welfare of each character, rather than just a generic type that will simply go unnoticed. Even though there are a lot of deaths in this game. Reinforced by powerful yet convincing dialogue, it helps you feel the plight of the survivors, and at the same time presents an insight in their perspective of how they cope with the world they live in. With the best of CGI graphics, allows perspective characters to convey lifelike facial expressions in the game. Adds a more human-like quality to a well-written dialogue. It shows how far the technology has come to create such a realistic work of art.
This'll do!
The Last of Us uses a third-person perspective. The game involves gunfights, melee combat, and a stealth system. For most of the game, the player controls Joel, or on occasions Ellie. Well, on occasions. As they traverse different environments reminiscent to the movie I Am Legend, where you fight off the throat-munching zombies, or the other douchebag, such as this guy. The players can attack enemies directly or use stealth tactics to pass undetected, because some scenarios are proven to require a mix of strategy and indirect approaches. Just like indirect approaches in Pua, thus bringing out some interesting variety to the gameplay. Also, a good note in beating enemies, players can use long weapons such as rifles, shotguns, and bows, and short-barreled guns such as pistols and revolvers. Also scavenge limited-use melee weapons such as pipes and baseball bats. Bottles, bricks can be thrown to distract, stun, or attack enemies. Or you can just pick all those bricks and beat the living hell out of an enemy with all those bricks. Well, it hardly works. The game also features periods without combat, often involving conversations between the two characters, or other characters, which I seriously doubt will live long enough. The player must solve simple puzzles, for example, by using floatable planks to move Ellie, who cannot swim, around huge bodies of water, either the river or under a sewage, and using ladders or dumpsters to reach higher areas.
Not today.
Story collectibles including notes, maps, and comics can be scavenged and viewed in the backpack menu. The game features an AI system called Balance of Power. This new system allows enemies to react realistically, like any douchebag in real life, to any combat situation they are placed upon, by taking cover if they see the player, calling for help if they need it, or even taking advantage of the player's weaknesses, such as Joel getting beaten up or getting wounded too much, such as when Joel runs out of ammunition as well, is distracted, or even he is being attacked by other douchebags. In turn, Ellie is able to help out Joel by throwing objects at threats or stun them, or announcing the location of enemies to Joel, or even using a rifle or a BB gun or a pistol to shoot at their faces.
Yeah, you sure did.
In succeeding levels, certain enemies can't be defeated by your own conventional means.
You just hang back.
Meaning, you can't smash enemies with your bare fists all the time, especially if you're battling the clicker. Seriously, the clicker. The clicker will really rip your throat off if you're going to beat it with only your fists. Using the backpack menu, you, the player, can concoct an array of useful items such as health kits and smoke bombs, or use workbenches to upgrade powerful weapons to cause more mayhem in battle. Swing away, Conan. What's different when using the backpack menu, the game will not simply stop. It will still be active whenever you create, use, or upgrade your items and abilities. If you're not careful enough, it will surely prove that it will get you to tight situations. Now that real time means you are at risk of getting damages or fatalities during battle. So I suggest when synthesizing your shanks or your health kits, better make sure there aren't any enemies around. The soundtrack is superb in its way of conveying the sadness, despair, and the dystopia of the game. There are also times that there were no music in certain scenes, which intensified the tension between the characters. Very palpable in creating an elevated sense of danger and tension. Much of the score features on guitar and other instruments. Main theme is acoustic guitar led, a figure in a minor key over tribal percussions, building to a dissonant climax of fiercely strummed chord. An emotional soundtrack rather than a horrific one, very far from the typical zombie theme music that helped define the mood and the story itself.
4 tracks.
With the right combination of superb music, gripping story, and excellent gameplay, I would give The Last of Us 2 thumbs up for this. A well-made game without a bland moment, it has the quality of a well-made indie movie. I recommend that you try to buy this game or try to play it. It will be worth your time and your money. It's really awesome. I couldn't have a better word for it to describe it. It's simply one of the best game experiences out there. So, you should try it. I guarantee you, you will enjoy it. If you like the videos, please click on the subscribe button below. And if you have any comments and suggestions, we would love to have it. We want to make the best videos as we possibly can by having your ideas and your comments on the comment section also below this video. And once again, my name is Benjo, signing off, and peace.